Hi everybody, my name is Olivia Gudaniec and we're here with Steve Davies. Welcome to Jobs in Showbiz.
Thank you.
So Steve here is an on-set playback operator. Is that the same thing as a video assist operator?
No, it's not. Video assist generally refers to basically recording the camera feeds and then playing it back for the director or whoever on set. So video playback more refers to any time that there's like a TV, say like an actor has to look something up, it's scripted that he's, say, surfing on the internet or something like that.
So you're doing like the little, like a phone ringing or
anything that's
clicking.
video related that's usually like that's scripted, that's in either just in the background or it's interactive with an actor kind of thing.
Right.
So a lot of times that's created by like the art department. They'll create some kind of animation. Sometimes it's literally interactive, other times it's where I have to cue it like over the shoulder of the actor and make it look like they're actually doing it, but I'm just essentially just triggering different animations in a playlist or something like that.
Okay, and do you set up at the beginning of each day or?
Generally, I mean, usually like this is a big show, so it requires a lot of video, so we're here almost every day, and that's what a lot of this is like we, 2 weeks before we even started, we're wiring all these sets to have it kind of feed from just these computers here. But on a lot of other shows we're only needed for like a couple days a week maybe, then yeah, we'll just set up on the day.
But things change all the time. Like how can you set up before, let's say you see a block
Yeah.
day?
Yeah, I mean, we work with whatever information we have at the time, and then that's a lot of what the job is. It's just rolling with the punches. And
of course, and I have to ask how you got to the position you're in.
So just kind of stumbled into it. I for a few years didn't really do film stuff, but then got into documentary work with a friend of mine, and he does what I do, but more on the video assist side.
Okay.
And kind of, showed me the door and got me in touch with the right people. A lot of what this job is, unlike what may be different from other ones, is even though we are with the camera union, 667, we still generally get work through the rental houses. So production will say, oh, we need playback equipment, we need a certain amount of TVs or whatever, we need to rent it, and we need an operator. So
you're booked in with that order?
Yeah, pretty much. Like we kind of get in through the rental houses. Basically what I'm saying is it's good to have a good relationship with the rental houses and with the people there, because that's how A, you learn the gear, and B, that's how you'll get the work. Most productions are just going to call the rental houses and ask for somebody to operate the equipment that they're renting.
Yeah, because I was going to ask if you were employed by either a camera facility house or specialized playback.
I was never really employed by them. I actually volunteered at a lot of them. That's how I learned a lot of it. And then a lot of it too is this day and age it's mostly computer based. So it's just having that knowledge already. Now it's a lot easier with digital and
all this stuff's so cool.
Yeah, so it makes a lot of it more it's software based as opposed to like hardware based back in the analog days, but it's essentially the same job.
So now, why don't you show us a little bit about these little computers, or actually big computers, and how you use them on a daily basis?
Well, these are more or less, this is actually VJ software, but essentially it just makes it easy for us to load up a series of clips, and we have at least, 9 outputs that are then shared with other ones. But it comes down to these 2 workstations control one set, and then we have another one over here that controls another set next door.
So are you for all of these 3 computers, or is there 2 of you, or?
Yeah, generally, so this show, because it's so big, there is 2 of us most of the time.
Oh, okay.
And that's more for just to have one guy like in here running the machines, and then somebody else out on the floor to deal with any issues out there. Because also on the floor, the way the film business always works is never exactly how you plan it. So there's a lot of local computers out there as well that we have to run that aren't tied into this. But essentially it's just the idea is like each layer is an output, and we have clips lined up, and then I can easily just select and put something else on if it's needed. On a whim, we can cue it or have cues within the clip that we can go back to. But it just kind of makes things a little bit easier because we know it's all in a central spot.
Is there a specific program that you have to know for this?
This one's called Resolume. There's other ones called like VDMX. A lot of ones our go-to is like an open source that a lot of people probably use, VLC. It's just a media player. It's software based, like I said. Back in the old days when it was like a sync box, which sometimes we still get jobs for, so it's good to know that as well.
So you guys need to get familiar with all of those programs if you want a job in this field.
Mm-hmm. Troubleshooting is the main thing that is
Troubleshooting?
what the job is about. Like, if you can get it up and running, it's pretty easy and you're just kind of babysitting. But anytime there's any kind of technical issues, you have to kind of squash and think outside the box to make things work and give them what they want. Because sometimes technology doesn't cooperate. So
Always, you have to be prepared for the unexpected. And last but not least, if there was another job you could do on set, what would you do and why?
Well, to be honest, it would probably be like camera operating, because I already more or less do that on the side with documentary and weddings,
cool.
and that's essentially what I got into film to do in the first place, and just kind of stumbled into this because I already knew it, and it was a good way to get in, more or less.
Yeah.
But I do have a lot of respect for camera operators out there. That you have to be very focused and on the ball, and and obviously it's kind of sexy being behind the big Aries or whatever. But
For sure.
yeah, I'll keep working this job as long as they'll keep hiring me.
And you never know, right?
Exactly.
It's all about who you know.
Yeah.
Anyways, thanks for watching, everybody, and we will see you next week.